Let's watch this person of color tell the truth about CRT, critical race theory. Now, most people on the woke mob on the left, the social justice warriors, are going to call this person a sellout because he doesn't agree with their narrative. He doesn't agree with the fact that, since he is a person of color, that he's oppressed automatically. So let's watch this video of him going off, I believe, at a school board hearing about critical race theory and telling the whole truth about it. Let's get into it.
Discrimination revolution, the CRT deal, because it's happening. And as a parent, I speak to other parents. There's a few things that we don't want. I'm biracial, I'm bilingual, I'm multicultural. The fact is, in America, in North Carolina, I can do anything I want, and I teach that to my children. And the person who tells my little pecan colored kids that they're somehow oppressed based on the color of their skin would be absolutely wrong and absolutely at war with me. And I think that's the same for every parent. What the mask showed us is that the parents, the most powerful group of people in our country, that they're taking back the wheel. Now, obviously, we had to take the wheel back for the mask, but we're taking the wheel back from Washington all the way to Raleigh and into our local school board, because CRT, all of that, the parents don't want it. It's a big fat lie. There's not one if you believe in CRT, I want to tell you you're a liar, because that means you look at your black neighbor and say that they're oppressed, and you look at your white neighbor and say that they're evil.
Yes, which is inherently racist. If you automatically believe that black people are inferior because they were born black into a so-called racist country, that is inherently racist. You're basically saying that we're not capable, that no matter what we do, no matter how hard we try, we're never going to overcome the I don't know, the ramifications of racism and bigotry and discrimination that doesn't exist in this country right now. Yes, are there anecdotal experiences of somebody being racist to you? Yes, but as a country, as a system, as a society, is America racist? No, absolutely not. That's far from being true. This is the least racist country in the world. I made this statement yesterday about slavery that might even blow some of your minds. Most people think white people started slavery. White people didn't start slavery. They actually ended slavery. They were the first group of people to actually fight a war to stop slavery within their own country. No other country has done this. No other group of people have done this. No other race has done this. They didn't start racism or slavery. They actually ended it. In the West, this is the least racist society that you can live in. This is the most diverse society that you can live in. There's so many groups of people in this side of the world that if you were to travel outside of here, you will be shocked at how many people are the masses compared to what's going on here in America. You go to Africa, you're not gonna see a whole bunch of Asians and Indians and white people. You're not. You go to China, you're not gonna see that. You even go to Mexico, you're not gonna see that. So I don't understand what these people are talking about here about how white people are inherently oppressive when that's not true. Not in this country or anywhere in the West.
Regardless of the experience that you've had with them. And we're not going to do that. The parents in the United States of America, right here in North Carolina and Cabarrus County, we know that's not true because we believe the lives we live. The fact is, I've been a business owner right here in North Carolina, and I deal with white people, black people, Hispanic people. My children deal with everybody. And the racism is only happening at the government level and on the media.
Facts. Oh my God, that was spot on, man. That was spot on. Spot on. It's the media and the government that's perpetuating this. And the government, which is the left side, which is the Democrats, the Democrats, they're the ones that are always talking about racism and how we're oppressed as black people. They're the ones selling this bullshit.
The fact is, you have racists, and there's like, you can't even find them hardly. You just hear the stories about them.
My favorite quote of all time is what is it? The demand for racism is not as high as the supply, or the supply for racism is not as high as the demand. There's way too much demand for racism. The supply just does not meet it whatsoever.
I have an 8-year-old daughter who is absolutely dynamic, who can do anything athletically, intellectually, spiritually, and emotionally. She is a dynamo. And I don't want a man swimming against her in the pool.
Now, as a person of color, this person will be called a sellout. because according to the woke mob and the left, he's supposed to align with the LGBTQ community in this mindset that, well, he's an oppressed individual, he's a person of color, so he should understand what the trans community is going through. But he completely disagrees. He doesn't want his daughter playing sports with your sons. I mean, it's really that simple. There's no bigotry in that. There's no transphobia in that. It's just common sense, it's just biology. I don't understand. But what the woke mob will say is that this person here has been brainwashed by the right wing. He's been brainwashed by white supremacists. He's been brainwashed by Fox News. They would say, oh, he's been brainwashed by people like Tucker Carlson and all these right wing people that are supposedly or conservative people that are supposedly right wing. It's hilarious. So this person is technically a sellout, according to the people on the left.
The fact is, I don't want her playing against boys in soccer. I don't even let my sons rough her up. Do you think I'm going to let your son rough her up? This is what we're talking about. Policy going back to the parents. Because if you think people who love America are willing to fight for it, you haven't met parents yet.
Who love their kids.
Because I'm telling you, parents will go further down any street than anyone who loves their country alone.
I am the direct descendant of the North American slave trade. On my mother's side, my ancestors were enslaved in Alabama. On my father's side, we were enslaved in Texas. I am not oppressed.
We got another sellout here, guys. Let's see what he has to say.
I'm not oppressed, and I'm not a victim. I'm neither oppressed nor a victim. I travel all across this country of ours, and I check into hotels, and I fly commercially, and I walk into retail establishments, and I order food in restaurants. I go wherever I want, whenever I want. I am treated with kindness, dignity, and respect, literally from coast to coast. I have 3 children. They are not oppressed either, although they are victims. I've taught my children they are victims of 3 things: their own ignorance, their own laziness, and their own poor decision-making. That is all. My children, we are not victims of America. We are not victims of some unseen 190-year-old force that kind of floats around in the ether. Putting critical race theory into our classrooms is taking our nation in the wrong direction. Racism in America would by and large be dead today if it were not for certain people and institutions keeping it on life support.
Facts.
And sadly, very sadly, one of those institutions is the American education system. I can think of nothing more damaging to a society than to tell a baby born today that she has grievances against another baby born today simply because of what their ancestors may have done 2 centuries ago. There is simply no point in doing that to our children. And putting critical race theory into our classrooms in part does that. Putting critical race theory into our classrooms is not combating racism, it's fanning the flames of what little embers are left. I encourage you to support this resolution. Let racism die the death it deserves, and let's keep living the life of the country that we are. Thank you.
There you have it. There you have it. We have 2 sellouts here that are basically brainwashed, telling the truth. That's it. I thought this was phenomenal. We got to have more parents speaking up about this, more parents being direct, more Black people speaking up like this and being direct and letting them know, hey, you're not oppressed. You're not a victim. You can go do anything that you want to do. The only thing that you're a victim is your own choices and your own attitude, what you decide to do as an individual. That's what you're going to be a victim of. And that's what we have to start preaching. So let me know what you guys think. I thought these parents were phenomenal. And I wanted to share that with you guys. Let me know what you think in the comment section. Make sure you hit the like button down below. And if this is your first time on the channel, consider hitting the subscribe button for more content. And if you want to support me even further, I have some links in the description box where you can make various donations and also join my Patreon. Thanks for being here, guys. See you on the next video. Peace.